Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cooking in HD. Today is the Canadian Thanksgiving holiday, which actually falls about 6 weeks before the US Thanksgiving holiday. And so I'm making a turkey, and on this episode I'll actually show you how to make a very moist and succulent turkey like this one. Check it out. Look at that beautiful bird. We've got lots of yummy stuffing in there, a nice crispy skin, and underneath the skin I've got a butter and herb mixture that I've put all throughout the breast, throughout the drumsticks, the thighs, and it's just a beautiful looking bird. Look at that. And then down below I've got a veggies, and this is the neck there, and I'm going to use that to make a gravy. So stick around and I'll show you how to make a beautiful turkey just like this one. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do with this. We're going to roast this turkey in this tray, and in the tray I've put onions. I've sliced them across about maybe half an inch thick. I've got some carrots, and this is the neck of the turkey. This comes inside the turkey, and I've literally done some striations in it, cut it crosswise and so on, so that the juices from this help flavor the bottom, because the bottom liquids, where all the drippings go, that's where we're gonna get our gravy from. Okay, so let's get our stuffing inside the bird. Just literally grab handfuls and start pushing it from the bottom up into the cavity towards the front. And you know, some people make the stuffing outside of the bird. Some people make it inside the bird, as I'm doing. Here's the thing, I mean, you could do it either way. I just find that everything cooks nice and evenly when you have the cavity filled in, and it's just a little bit moist. It's a nice moist bird. So do whatever you want. It's your bird, but I prefer to do it this way. Okay, so you can see I've got my stuffing in there, and in this bowl I've got some room temperature butter with some thyme and some oregano, and I put a little bit of paprika powder, salt, pepper, and that's it really. The goal is this sort of compound butter. Now I'm gonna place it inside the cavity here, and look, I can put from underneath the bird, I can literally put my hand right in there, all the way up to the front where the breastbone is, and I can also, going through another cavity right beside it, if I can find it here, I can go into the drumstick, and I can flavor the brown meat that's in the drumstick here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this butter, just literally with my hand, like that, and I'm gonna place it all up inside the bird, and this is gonna give it a nice extra seasoning and flavor on the inside. Okay, just keep spreading that until it's all covered, and you'll actually start to see, like right here, I'll give you a close-up view, you can start to see the herbs through the skin, and that's a good sign that you've got lots of yummy goodness inside there. See, I'll give you a peek. Look at that. That is flavor right up in there. Okay? So I'm gonna do the rest of the bird, and then we're gonna do some stuff on the outside, and I'll show you that in a minute. All right, now you can see through the skin, which is a little bit kind of translucent, I've got the herb butter all underneath, anywhere where I could actually reach underneath the skin. It's all up in there, and it's inside the cavity. It's basically everywhere. So I've got lots of herb butter underneath there, and that's gonna make for a really nice flavorful white meat, as well as the dark meat on the sides here. All right, so our bird is now ready to go into the oven. Let me just show you a few things. You see up here, I've taken the wings and I've actually folded them back underneath behind the bird, okay? I've rubbed just plain butter all over it, and then I've sprinkled salt and pepper all over the skin. And up here, there's actually, the way that this came was that there was a the legs were put through this piece of fat, which is actually from behind the bird, and I moved the fat up front, put the drumsticks through, and then I tied this off over here and then went around the thighs to kind of keep the bird as compact as possible. The thing is, you want to keep the bird in a bundle if you can, because that will ensure that it all cooks fairly evenly. Otherwise, I mean, inevitably, things like the outside of the wings and legs may cook a little bit faster than the inside of the bird. And you don't want that, because then you'll dry out parts of the bird and other parts will be nice and moist. So this is ready to go inside the oven. Notice it's breast side up, which is the way that we want it, and it's sitting comfortably on this rack, which underneath it has veggies. There's the neck, and all the drippings are going to come down in there. And then what's down on the bottom I'm going to use for the gravy, and I'll show you that in a little bit later. All right, there she is, baking away. We'll check on her in a bit. Right, so here's a status update on the turkey. It's been 1 hour, and you can see that the thermometer has still quite a ways to go until it gets to 170 degrees, which is where we want it. The skin is getting nice and brown, but at this point I'm going to tent it up a little bit because I don't want the skin to burn. So I'm going to let it put some tin foil over top of this and then put it back in. Okay, let me give you guys a little peek here. It's been 2 hours now, and I still have it covered up. The thermometer says about 130 degrees, so we're still quite a ways from 170, so we'll put it back in. It's about halfway done. Okay, so the bird's now been in for 3 hours. Just give you a look. They're down here, it's still a little bit light, but we're getting some nice color on the outside. And as you can see from the thermometer, we're at about 152 or 4 degrees. So we're still a bit of a ways from 170. We'll probably need that 4th hour. So we'll put it back in and let it continue to cook. Look at that beautiful bird. We've got lots of yummy stuffing in there, a nice crispy skin, and underneath the skin I've got a butter and herb mixture that I've put all throughout the breast, throughout the drumsticks, the thighs, and it's just a beautiful looking bird. Look at that. And then down below I've got a veggies, and this is the neck there, and I'm going to use that to make a gravy.